Welcome, this is AnimeCons TV. We're your source for reports and discussions on AnimeCons and other fan conventions. I'm Svetlana. Each month, AnimeCons TV dedicates one episode to responding to your questions and comments. Let's start off this month with email. We got an email from James. Dear AnimeCons TV, hello and happy Halloween to you all. First off, thank you for that cool video you guys did on that Sailor Moon exhibit. I read about it on Anime News Network, and now you guys have this cool video depicting the event and informing us about it. Wish I could have gone with you guys, and lucky for you to go to Japan. I also read from Anime News Network by Answerman about how the food isn't usually good at theme cafes, and that they have small items in stock. Regardless, it was a cool video, and please do more specials like that. It was amazing and informative. Plus, I thought that Patrick's con report on those two Comic Cons was intriguing, and I'd never thought of two cons warring with each other. But what is it that caused these two cons to dislike the other in the first place? Till next time, this is your loyal follower and friend of anime, James the Dark Kiba. P.S. Congratulations to Svetlana for doing her first ever feedback episode. Thank you very much, James. I have no idea why these two cons dislike each other so much. We might never know, and I hope their feud will be put to rest very soon. We also got an email from Vavessa, and she writes, "Love your SAC Anime Masquerade video segment, summer 2016. Wondering if you'll have a follow-on soon that includes the karaoke performances and the Masquerade Awards after. If you were still recording, would love to see that too." I'm very sorry to tell you that there is no after. They never recorded it because they were hurrying back to feed me sushi. So I got sushi, but you guys don't get the rest of that masquerade. Sorry. Albert writes, "I'm an artist that travels about once or twice a month to many shows, from San Diego Comic-Con to Denver Comic-Con, to small local shows, to many regrettable Wizard World shows. I dabbled in a few in 2014, did a ton in 2015, and slowly stopped doing them in 2016. None of them ever have the fun feeling of a good show. Every one of them is frustrating, and sales are never easy. The people that come have been so gouged at the door that most can't buy anything else. Most walk around like zombies for hours, hoping to justify their money, but at least killing a day walking around slowly. A lot of people that show up are families who have never been to a show before. I feel terrible for them because I think they think they're going to pay admission and come in and there will be lots of fun stuff to do, but there isn't. There's tired vendors and artists hoping not to lose money. At the 1 year Wizard tried San Jose, people walked by audibly angry, talking about how small it was and how much of a ripoff it was. I completely agreed. I'd be pissed if I paid admission and saw a handful of non-professional artists, a few vendors selling Funko toys, and random street fair or trade show people that had nothing to do with comics or pop culture. I kept going because I made enough money that it was worthwhile, but sales have declined at their shows very harshly for myself and many of my friends who used to go. They obviously have a terrible reputation amongst convention circuit, and when vendors and artists are increasingly saying never again, I wonder how long they can limp along before they just have Chicago and Philly. No one should go to a Wizard World show, not to sell, not to buy. I have 2 left that I prepaid to go to, and I dread how bad they'll be. Thanks for listening, Albert." Thank you for writing, Albert. So sorry to hear you had such bad experiences at these conventions. It's true, it's so much for your experience depends on how good the show is. I've quit many conventions because it just was not a good experience to go, both as an attendee and as an exhibitor. And if shows are listening and they care, they should really take stock of how they treat people that pay money to go there. We also got a voicemail from Mace Hughes at another anime convention.
This is Mace Hughes at another anime convention. There's a ton of people here. There's so many people in amazing cosplays, and everyone's doing amazing work, and I can't believe the amount of effort everyone puts into it. Here I am just standing here in a phone booth. I need to get in touch with my friend soon because I'm in pursuit of what I think is the killer. I feel like I'm being followed, though, and I hope I don't get shot or anything like that, so I gotta go. Bye.
What? I hope he survived this very exciting convention, it sounds like. Good luck. On our forums, Nectarine wrote, I could really get some tips on how to get started if I want to do some tabling in the future. Anything would help, but my main concern is that cons to visit that are more accepting of indie comics and art. And if I attend a larger con, if I could still get attention, exposure, and most importantly, profit. Thank you for that question. There is actually quite a few conventions that are very friendly to indie creators, and a few of them are Small Press Expo in Bethesda, Maryland, Alternative Press Expo in San Jose, California. There's also Mocha Arts Festival in New York, New York. And if you're willing to go to Canada, Toronto Comic Arts Festival in Toronto, Ontario is amazing. I haven't exhibited at the other three. I can only vouch for TCAF. I had an amazing time there. And people go there to buy art, not to get autographs from movie stars or anything. So you will be the focus of their attention, and that's always a good thing to look for when you're picking a convention to take your independent art to. Also, for any tips for tabling at a convention, do your research. There's a few episodes that we did here at AnimeCons TV, but you can also Google Artist Alley tips, and a ton of articles will come up. Read them all. They will help. They help me. And about making a profit, it doesn't matter how big a convention is. You will make a profit if people really, really like what you do and they will buy stuff from you. This doesn't always happen, so my advice here would be safe, don't expect a profit, spend as little as you can, because you might not make it back, and just play it safe. Good luck. On Twitter, Melissa wrote a response to the Wine Country Comic Con report. I think that con drama was more painful than having my appendix removed. We're so sorry to hear that, Melissa. Also in response to our Wine Country Comic Con report, Nerd and Tie mentioned us on their site, and we shared the link on our Facebook page. They wrote, "And now you've covered our coverage of your coverage. Coverageception," to which we replied, "We'll cover this response in our feedback episode at the end of the month." To which they replied, "The snake, it eats itself." And we now have read this here on our podcast. So, your move, Nerd and Tie. Now, let's take a look at the anime conventions that are coming up through New Year's Day, as found on AnimeCons.com. Coming up on AnimeCons TV, Movie Phone Guy was at another AnimeCon. Was it just another AnimeCon? Or was it a great another AnimeCon? Find out. Then, we take one of our 4 weeks off each year because Patrick's going to BlizzCon. We'll be back though on November 14th with his BlizzCon report. That will be followed by our final feedback episode of 2016 with Elizabeth on November 21st, so get your questions and comments in early. And we want to hear from you, so please leave us a voicemail at 762-ADEQUATE, also known as 762-233-7828. You can also text us at that number, and we'd love it if you text us messages and photos that maybe you took at conventions or photos of cosplay you're working on. And if you send us to that, we'll feature it on the podcast. Just make sure you say who you are so we know whom to credit and who is writing to us. You can also email us at podcast@animecons.tv. Also, please make all your friends subscribe to us. Subscribe to us on iTunes at animecons.tv. Search for AnimeCons TV on YouTube or watch on our site at AnimeCons TV. You can also find us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. See you next time.
No, I'm recording a video for YouTube.